Welcome back to Manga Mavericks at Movies, the show where we get increasingly lucky talking about movies, even though we talk smack about them a lot because we see so many good movies and so many movies that happen to relate to one another and tie in interesting ways. For the second half of the show, we're going to be talking about a movie that's also about racing and thieving, just like the previous segment on this podcast about Baby Driver. Do you know what other movie released this summer also has to do with cars going fast and stealing lots of money from the man, V-Lord?
Cars 3?
Probably. But what's the other movie that isn't garbage?
Naruto?
What?
I don't know.
There wasn't a Naruto film this summer. Are you trapped back in... Geez, when was the last time a Naruto film was even released in the summer?
I don't know. Boruto was like a fall movie, right?
Boruto was fall.
Yeah.
The last was winter. Naruto has nothing to do
Is there
with
any other recent movie this year? I honestly don't know. Besides,
why did you even bring up Naruto? That has nothing
I don't
to do
know. Why
with the
did I bring
subject
up
matter.
Naruto?
Why are you thinking about Naruto?
I don't know. Naruto goes fast with his ninja run.
No, Sonic does. Sonic is the one who goes fast. Are you confusing Sonic for Naruto?
Naruto also goes fast. I don't know.
Naruto's catchphrase isn't gotta go fast, gotta go faster, faster, Sonic X. That's not his theme song.
I mean...
Naruto's theme song is Naruto! Naruto! Believe it!
What
Naruto,
country uses
the
that?
chosen one!
What country uses
Sakura,
that? Oh
the beautiful Sasuke, he's so cool!
Or like sauce gays. Gay.
Naruto has nothing to do with the movie we just saw. Not even a little bit. I don't know how you got us off tangent. You need to fix this. You need to steer us back in the right track, just like a driver in a NASCAR-esque racing event would steer himself back on track.
Even this is like really not a racing movie though.
But it has NASCAR races.
It has NASCAR races in it, but it's the main focus of the movie is not on racing.
Yes, then what is the main focus of the movie, V-Lord? What is the name of this movie, V-Lord? Why were we so lucky to see this movie, V-Lord?
Well, said it's called Logan Lucky.
Okay.
Yeah,
go on. You have my interest.
It's a heist film where they are trying to steal money from a vault inside a big NASCAR arena.
Yes. And did you know something, V-Lord? I'm asking you because you probably didn't know this. This movie was directed by Steven Soderbergh. What was Steven Soderbergh famous for? What movie series was he famous for, V-Lord?
Fast and the Furious?
No, V-Lord! He was famous for Ocean's 11, V-Lord!
It's not a movie franchise, though.
Yes, it is! There was a trilogy! There was Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13. This movie is like the unofficial sequel to the Ocean films because it's also a heist film.
Okay.
That's why they make a clever in-joke by calling it Ocean 7-11 near the end of the movie.
Oh.
Yes. Watch movies, V-Lord.
Why?
So you know stuff about movies, V-Lord. So you don't look like a complete dummy on these podcasts, V-Lord.
I feel abused.
Well, you should be. But we have a good relationship overall, don't we? Just like the brothers in this film.
I guess. Yeah.
Who are you more like, Channing Tatum or Adam Driver? Do you even know who these people are?
Tatum was the main character.
Yes,
right?
he was.
Yeah. The other guy was like, what's-his-face from Star Wars?
Yes, Kylo Ren. Good for you. You recognize that. And what's interesting about this movie, what's really cool, is that all these actors do a really damn good job of replicating Southern accents, don't they?
Yeah.
You couldn't tell that was Kylo Ren if you just went by his voice.
Yeah, you really couldn't. I mean, I know, like, his actor does a lot of, like, comedies and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like, he has range. That performance is nothing like a Kylo Ren.
He can go from edgy, I want to be like granddaddy teenager, to, yeah, this, which is a southern guy with one arm,
who fought in the Iraq War and is a little bit slow, but has a good heart and talks real slow like. Good character. Like, these were very interesting characters. What the emotional heart of this film is not just the relationship between this family, though that is a very strong part of the movie. We have both the Logan family and we also have the Bang family, and they're working together and they support each other, and so that's a big theme of this movie is family. But another theme is also just, pride in your own hometown country attitude. That's why, they put so much emphasis on the fact they're living in West Virginia, why the climax of the movie is the main character's daughter singing, "Take Me Home, Country Roads." This is all about good old-fashioned country pride. I don't know if I can really relate to that since I've never lived out in the country, but I appreciated the sentiment. And it was a darn good movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That's all you can say.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of good parts to this movie. Like, I really feel it balances the serious and the comedy moments really well.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know. Like, it's just very well executed movie, and like even the whole heist plan in general is like actually well thought out. Like,
that heist plan is insane.
Yeah.
Like you don't know where it's going for a lot of it, but it involves so many moving parts. Like, they paint cockroaches so they can put them into the tubes to find out where the vaults are, and they make a bomb out of jelly beans and other things, and like, it's like a homemade like explosive, and it's so funny because how smart it is. Because Daniel Craig's character Joe Bang is like trying to explain it to Jimmy and Clyde, the brothers, and because they're indignant and they're like, "What? How is that going to make an explosive?" And then he explains the chemistry behind the bomb making, and it's so cool. And like when it fails the first time, like he takes the bag and he looks at it and he sees like, "Oh, I understand why this didn't work now. I twisted it one too many times. So let me just fix that." And then he puts it through again and it works, and it's like, wow! Scientific accuracy! This is a smart, complicated heist.
I like how at that one point he's like, "What, did you think we were going to use like dynamite?"
Oh no, this movie is way more interesting than that in terms of how it executes the plan. Because you think at first, like, the plan was as simple as, oh, okay, so they're gonna take a lot of this money out and they're just gonna put it in this van. Well, I don't know what the term. Truck. Put it in this truck and just drive away with all these bags of cash. And then the main character, he like leaves the truck with the money. You're like, what? Why'd you do that? But there's a reason for that. They did that just so no one would bother, like, really trying to track them down and crack them on the case. Because the main character knew that if he returned most of the money that the insurance companies would give the, like, head-ups at the stadium NASCAR back a bunch of money as well, so they would not have incentive to track him down.
Yeah. Like, really, it's like, kind of a genius plan.
It is a genius plan.
Which is, like, it's very much subverting your expectations, because it's...
Right.
Really, you're thinking when, it's a bunch of country folks, they aren't gonna have, like, some super intelligent ideas, but no, this film really subverts your expectations and thinking that, hey, these people are actually smart, they know what they're doing.
Yes, I mean, the hiding of the reveals is so brilliant because none of the characters are in on the real plan, except for, the brothers.
Yeah, the brothers and the sister. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's really cool stuff with this heist plan, and you're like, there is a lot of tension because, oh man, are they going to find out at any moment? But like, it goes pretty smoothly, and it's like, it's really ingenious because he did all these stunts to trick even Joe Bang and his brothers. Like the chain being jammed and like him like sending all the Bang brothers out to like figure out what's wrong and then him leaving later to fix the problem himself. that was calculated so that the sister could come in and they could help like get more of the money bags, the real money bags that they'll be stealing, and then hide those away to procure and take later. And it's like, wow.
Yeah, it's just like really well thought out.
It is, but it's also really satisfying because like all the characters involved, like they get a happy ending except for the real assholes. Like everyone, like the brothers used in this plan, the bangs, the prison inmates, even the people like the bank teller that they sent the cake to just so
and messed up her car.
They messed up her car. And, they had the roaches, like, seek out where the vault is through, like, sending her a cake. But they pay her back for, all the damages and everything by giving her an honest envelope of money. So it's like, wow, that's really satisfying. Everyone gets out of this with a happy ending, pretty much, except for Seth MacFarlane's character.
That was Seth MacFarlane?
Do you know who I'm referring to?
The guy who's like the soda pop guy, right?
The asshole racing manager guy.
Yeah, that's the guy who's like trying to push like that soda pop thing. Or I think it was an energy drink actually. To his like race car driver who's trying to go on this like super like it wasn't really vegan, it was like this super clean diet. Mm-hmm. He was like super like robotic diet where he's like treats all his food as like software.
Yeah, and so he gets into a fight with that guy because, well, it's not just cola, it's like had alcohol in it, and that caused the guy to crash, and that's why he was so mad at Seth MacFarlane.
Why would they have him drink before racing? Oh my god.
Yeah. Seth MacFarlane was not...
Like, at first I thought it was just like, okay, his body's just been so used to his diet at this point that drinking that energy drink is like fucking up his body.
Maybe.
But if there's actual alcohol in it, that's just, like, unsafe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He deserved that punch in the nose.
Yeah. So you didn't know it was Seth MacFarlane throughout the entire movie?
No, because, like, he had, like, long hair and shit.
Yeah, I mean, he was dolled up, but you could tell from his voice. Like, whenever Seth MacFarlane seems to be in a movie, he always plays the asshole. Like, the last movie I saw him in, which was Sing, he was the asshole in that.
Seth MacFarlane's in Sing?
Yeah, he's in Sing. He's the mouse.
Oh, okay.
You saw him in Saw Sing.
I mean, I knew the voice seemed familiar, but I couldn't, like... I don't know, I couldn't put my, like... tongue on it, I don't know.
What did you think of his character? Because most people seem to think he's the weak link in the movie.
Him?
Yeah.
I don't know. He mostly appears at the beginning and the end. Like, it's not like he's a main character, per se. So I don't know, like, it was fine. Like, it's not like some mind-blowing performance, because he's not there the entire time.
Yeah, I enjoyed just how much of an asshole he was and that he got his just desserts.
Like, I don't think he's trying to go for some, like, super well-written asshole or anything. It's just like, he's an asshole. He's
pretty much a cartoonish character, but that also stands apart in this movie when the rest of the characters are a lot more well-rounded.
Yeah.
So I can see him being kind of jarring in comparison. But I enjoyed him in the movie. I think that a lot of people just have a lot things against Seth MacFarlane, so they're inclined to dislike him. But
anyone
I thought he was fine in this movie.
Almost anyone who hates Family Guy indirectly hates Seth MacFarlane, apparently.
I mean, how can't you, considering he's 3 of the main characters?
That's a good point.
Yeah. But he's also 2 of the main characters in American Dad.
Yeah, and that show is still great.
Yes. But going back to this film, I enjoy heist films, so I really enjoyed the whole scene here and all the moving parts. And it was pretty insane because it involves a prison break. And then it involves, like, stealing during the busiest day of the year during a NASCAR racing event.
A Coca-Cola Derby or something?
Yeah. And it involves, like this sequence of jamming these, like manipulating these money tubes where all like the money is being flown into like the deposit area, and then rewiring it so they can suck it all out. And then it involves like alerting the security systems to cause like a shut-in lockdown kind of situation.
And then it becomes Orange is the New Black season 5.
Yeah, and they have amazing, oh god, the funniest scene in the movie. I mean, just because of the reference and just because of like how it's, I don't know, it's like, it's a pretty easy reference for like for people in the know about Game of Thrones. So like,
which apparently was not most of the audience, because we were like the only ones.
Yeah, no one else in the audience seemed to get it. I guess they don't.
I guess they either don't know that A Song of Fire and Ice is Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Or they're just don't. I'm sure they know what Game of Thrones is. But they
mention, like, Game of Thrones directly. So I don't know how they can miss that.
I don't know. They might not get the inside jokes about J.R.R. Martin.
But it was so good. Like, the warden's like, okay, so we are going to meet your demands and add a dance with dragons to the bookshelf. And all the prisoners like, yeah! But then the warden is like, but I'm afraid, to tell you that the Winds of Winter and, Dream of Spring, that's the other one, right?
I think so.
Yeah, those are not out yet, so we can't do anything about it. And the main prisoner is like, George R.R. Martin said he would deliver that book to the publisher in 2015. And the warden's like, yes, I know he promised that, but he's had a tough promotion schedule, so it's been delayed. And then the guy's like, No. We've got two guys who have mentioned all the new shit with the hot chick and the dragons. And the warden's like, yes, those guys are probably talking about the show. The show has overtaken the books, people. I'm sorry. It's so good. It's so good. Just the delivery in that line. And the fact that the prisoner is like, walks away with his hands up. Like, just so... he's not hearing it. It's just so good. It's just so funny. Really easy joke for nerds like us, but it is good.
The normies don't get it, though.
Apparently they didn't, no. That was very strange. But, yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. So if we were to compare this with Baby Driver, because they are similar films in the fact that, heavy emphasis on cars... and another heavy emphasis on, like, crime and, like, stealing from an establishment to reward the little guy.
Like, what exactly are we comparing between the two?
We're just comparing the two films because they are similar in that respect.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the big similarity here is it very much feels like... It's not really like they're both redemption stories. I feel Baby Driver is far more of a redemption story.
Mm-hmm.
But they're both about... characters that you heavily sympathize with. Good people who are doing wrong for good reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I find that, like, to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Like, Logan in this film was like, he wants to steal the money because he wants to be able to support his daughter and his family. But at the same time, it's like, you never feel like disgusted by what he's doing. You kind of are rooting for him to succeed. And that's very similar to the main character of Baby Driver. Baby, yeah, that was his name, Baby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
No, that makes it straightforward. But yeah, Baby's like getting the money to repay his debt, because he wants to repay his debts and also protect his, like, family, which is like that old man that he lives with.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah, there's that very, like, clear comparison of, like, I don't want to say redemption story, but I guess, yeah, sort of a redemption story.
Not really. I don't think it's a redemption story. I think it's, like, doing right by the people.
Yeah. Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
I feel Baby Driver's a redemption story, though.
Not to an extent. He didn't do anything bad.
I don't know, like...
What did he have to redeem himself for?
Because he was committing, like, crime his entire life.
Well, that's because he was forced to.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, never mind. I'm spouting bullshit.
Yes, you are. That's okay. What did you think of, like, the third act and, like, the FBI agent and all that stuff? Like, the whole point of that, like, ostensibly was just the framing advice of, like, figuring out, okay, what was the real plan here? Why did Logan leave the money? Like, what is his real game here? And then, eventually the FBI investigation is abandoned, but at the very last scene, we see the agent at the bar, and she's saying, I think I'm gonna stay a while. So it leaves off on that, like, ambiguous note, like, what is she going to do? Is she, like, still investigating the Logans? Like, is she gonna eventually, like, get close to them and bust them at some point? Because there's also that earlier conversation where the sister is talking with Daniel Craig, and she's like, do you believe in, like, the Logan family curse that we're unlucky? And Daniel Craig is like, no, I think that curse has been broken. And so, that's the ambiguous thing here. It's like, oh, are they actually unlucky after all? Are they going to get busted for the crime?
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
I mean, first about the FBI agent itself, I feel like it would have been better if they were introduced earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they just randomly show up at the end.
Yeah, I think that, if the FBI agent, if she was like the old sweetheart, instead of like that random nurse character that just shows up in one scene and then they give money to later and
now she wants to bang Logan.
Yeah, becomes Logan's girlfriend at the end of the film. Like, maybe there had been a strong connection there.
Yeah. I don't know, like, ending-wise, I feel like, one, it's probably sequel bait.
Maybe.
And two, like, I think it's what you were saying, like, it's trying to be ambiguous about, hey, maybe they're not, like, lucky after all, maybe the curse is real, and stuff like that, but part of me also thinks that's sequel bait.
Maybe. It doesn't sound like the film is grossing that great. It had a budget of $29 million, but so far, it hasn't even made back its budget, so I don't think it will get a sequel.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, because this is like a really fun movie. Like, if you enjoy the Ocean's films, then this is definitely a must-watch. In general, if you like heist movies, this is a really good one, and probably one of the better ones this year.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't even know what to compare it to. I haven't really seen another heist movie this year.
What was the last heist movie I saw?
I don't know.
And the last heist movie I saw was Ant-Man.
If you can even count that, I guess.
Ant-Man's a heist movie, I feel like.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Was this your favorite movie title, Logan, this year, Lord?
Logan, like the X-Men Logan film came out this year?
Yeah, it did. That's the joke.
For some reason, I feel like that came out last year.
No, it came out this year. We saw it in March of this year, Lord.
Oh, yeah, we did. Well, I mean, Logan is, like, right now probably, like, my favorite film of the year.
Really? Okay.
It's amazing.
So how close does this come?
I don't know. It's a fun film. It might be top 5 right now for me. But, I don't know. Well, Logan itself is just, like, amazing, and I can't beat that, so usurping Logan for me is gonna be tough.
Mm-hmm. But this film is really well made. It has a great cast of characters, great performances, a really strong emotional heart, often very funny, really clever with how the heist turns out, even though it's like super complicated and involves like everything going just exactly right to work, but it's like, and just, so exciting to see play out, and it makes you feel good when they succeed, and when you see everyone, like, happy at the end. So there's, like, a lot to love here. This is, like, really enjoyable, and one of the most fun movies I've seen all year, and I've seen a lot of fun movies this year. I don't know where I would rank it. I guess that's something we're gonna have to find out when we get into the end of the year, I guess.
Yeah.
Even if it does even get into my top 10. But I definitely recommend it. This is definitely a movie that deserves to be seen by more people, because apparently it is not being seen by enough.
Surprisingly, it's getting really high, like, critic scores.
Yeah, this is a very highly praised movie, but no one's going to see it. I might blame that on a bad promotion. Did you see many trailers for this on other movies?
I think I saw a trailer for it once.
Yeah, the one time was during Baby Driver. That's the only time where I ever saw.
Which makes sense because they're both driver movies, but
or at least involve driving.
Yeah,
racing cars as a backdrop.
But yeah, I don't remember seeing a trailer for it since then. To be fair, like, I usually have been going to the bathroom during trailers. But yeah, I just don't remember seeing it.
Mm. Oh, that is such a shame. Such a shame. Please see Logan Lucky, even if you can't see it on the big screen. Owe it to yourself to catch it on Netflix or on home video when you get the chance. Definitely one of the most underrated gems of this year so far.
Yeah.
But I think that'll do it for this episode of At Movies, talking about Baby Driver and Logan Lucky. This was a really fun episode, and it had this fortuitous, coincidental timing of we seeing these two movies in the same time frame. Well, honestly, we saw Baby Driver like weeks ago.
Yeah, it's just that we
Logan
don't
Lucky.
release these episodes like close to the record date.
Right, but these were a good two movies to pair together to release for an episode. So, where can the good people find you, Lord? Let's close out the show.
People can find me on Twitter at VLordGTZ. That is VLORDGTZ. And yeah, if you want to talk about JoJo, Conan, or whatever, just hit me up.
And you can find me as at Miyasha on Twitter, and basically Miyasha everywhere that I will be. This includes Animation Revelation on my anime list. You can follow the show at Manga_Mavericks on Tumblr at MangaMavericks.tumblr.com. And on our YouTube, just search for Manga Mavericks. You can also follow All Comic, the site, on Twitter at all_comic. And of course, the site itself, all-comic.com. That's where these podcasts go up first. And, again for the show, remember to subscribe to us not only on YouTube, but also on iTunes. Because we, of course, upload these podcasts up on there as well. But that does it for this episode of Manga Mavericks At Movies. And now we're gonna drive off into the sunset, racing towards West Virginia. Take my home, country road. I don't really remember the lyrics of the song, but it made for a great emotional climax to the movie we just watched.
Yup. Later.